right, here we go. So we got something in the mail I probably have not gotten in like 3 or 4 years. So we got a guy by the name of Walter Gouch hit me up on Facebook and said, hey, we've got a mask here we'd like to send you to review. I was like, wow. I have not gotten something to review for the channel in years. So this is really, really cool. They didn't pay me to review it, but they sent me a mask for free. So I'm actually really excited. So right on time too, because the last review I did was on the HK mask, and this has been probably the mask that I've been using lately is this JT. And in the last mask review, I couldn't remember what the mask was that was my favorite, back like 10 years ago, and it was the Empire Vidar, and that was my favorite mask. I loved it. It was cheap, still used the JT foam and mask, and it had great ear protection. I saw a lot of guys get shot like in the temples with those foamy ears, getting ruptured eardrums and stuff like that, and I always liked having better ear protection. It's just silly to leave your earlobes out and then rupture your eardrum playing paintball. So I always liked that having that protection down there, especially me having a big chubby face. So anyway, so those are that was the latest one I just did, was the HK skull mask, which I liked, especially for the price point, and the JT is still one of my favorites. And this is something I'll be doing with you guys soon. I've been seeing these videos, like these guys using these 360 cameras, and like this one, like this Insta one, and I have one, so I bought one. I used it I took it on a cruise to test it out, and I started to get the hang of it pretty well. And so I'm gonna start doing that with this as my new Goggle cam. It's this 360 camera. I see people out there using these, and the footage is just phenomenal. So anyway, we'll get back to this company. At first I thought it was CRBN. I didn't understand it was even carbon until I saw Roy from A&S's his video on it. I saw him pronouncing it carbon. And I looked in a little bit deeper, and I was like, wait a second, is this maybe like a Sly mask? Because I don't know if you remember, like Sly used to have like the dual carbon and like the Profit mask, stuff like that. Like Sly was probably the company that had a lot of words like carbon in a lot of their products, but nope, it's a completely different company. So I have not even taken a look at this mask yet. I took a look at the price of it. It's in the low 200s. I guess that's just where paintball products are right now. I'm seeing like tanks are now over 300. Like, wow, like it's wild out there. So really, really excited, and I really appreciate them sending this to me to take a look at it. We'll go, if you guys want to follow along, go on their website, which is CRBN, it's carbon without the vowels, CRBNpaintball.com. I'll put the link down below, but I've not even seen this mask yet. So the one thing that I did really like about looking on their website, looking at some of the review videos and stuff like that, was the fact that they make masks for different size guys. So they have a mask with a little more coverage, a little less coverage. So if you're a smaller guy, you get the little less coverage. If you're a bigger guy, you get the bigger coverage, but you still get all the technology of the normal mask. So I'm real excited to see what we got in here. So off the top, I mean, obviously I said, I saw these things selling for over 200 bucks. Comes with a mask case. That in itself is, probably about 30 bucks worth of value in it itself. That's the packaging. It's just, I've never seen a mask with this kind of package. This is really sharp. This is really cool. So inside of here, it looks like there is, what did I see them call that? That was the, like the rain shield, I believe is what that was. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, looks like some extra parts and a microfiber. That's cool. All right. That is a really nice case. That's a really nice case. This looks like it looks like an extra lens. Okay. And actually a really, really nice lens holder. This is a microfiber extra lens holder. I remember back a long time ago when I would store the extra lenses with the JT and stuff, I would actually just put them in a sock. So, really sharp. Let me see, I have the receipt over here. Give me 1 second here. This one is called the Fade Forest. Okay. This is the Fade Forest. And actually, I brought out an old strap from Greg Hastings. This is the old KM straps. And one thing that always drives me nuts when you get a brand new mask is the tag is always put right where the elastic hits the back of your head. And so the first thing you've always got to do, obviously, if you don't want your strap sliding up and down, is you need a pair of scissors to cut the tag off. Now, they do have the tag back here, but the tag is behind the silicone for the strap. So that's really cool. So you don't have to worry about, having to sit there. The first thing you got to do is cut the tag off of your mask when you go to put it on. Let me go ahead. I'm going to pull this this off here. This is a really lightweight mask. It does not weigh much of anything. I mean, you guys remember, like I used to rock the Proto mask. Those had a little bit of weight to it, but this feels even lighter than the JT masks. But very, very lightweight. I know a lot of people love squishy masks just because it's, if you're diving and you hit the tank, something's less likely for it to come up. Some people swear it gets bounces, especially off of grazes off the side, especially when you're playing airball. You stick your chin out and it hits the side of your mask, and it's a good chance it'll bounce. The material feels phenomenal on it. Let's go ahead and let's put it on real quick. Let me figure out how to get this strap open. Give me one moment here. So it's got some sort of strap here. I'm gonna have to mess with this here in a minute, but it's got some sort of strap buckle here, but I'm sure there's a really easy way for it to come apart, but I don't know how that works right now, so I'm gonna mess with that at another time. The foam feels great. It's not like that hard rental mask foam that you sometimes feel with some masks. Oh, it feels good, actually really good on the face. Boy, is it tight. I mean, this is very much like an I4 or an I5. I stick my tongue out, I can actually lick the back of this mask, so it is a very, very form-fitting mask, especially for a guy my size. Wow, it does not feel like there's much of anything on top of my head here. That feels really good. I'm definitely loving everything I see here between the case. I saw lenses are $30+ right now. Comes with a mirrored lens, one of those like $50 right now. So you got a essentially $150 mask with a $30 a $30 clear lens, probably $30-$40 case, a visor. So you're definitely getting your value here, even though it is a more expensive mask than, let's say, something like a JT that's probably something 100, 110, 120, but you're not getting a case, you're not getting an extra lens with that. But yeah, this feels really good. This feels really good. And I thought I saw Roy give some instruction of how, okay, I see how that goes now. So that's actually really simple to remove the lens. So these clips actually go right into the lens itself. Let's see if we can figure out how to pop this lens out. Oh, that was easy. Just pull it straight out. Yeah, loving this. Definitely loving this. So this feels really good. So I'm going to mess around with this. I'm going to do a separate video. I'm going to do a separate video on this here in a second, but first impressions of this is great. I was actually at first I took a look at the price and I was like, wow, that's really expensive. And now you start to really see, what all comes in the box. This little microfiber sock that goes over the additional lens, little lens bag, this lens case especially. There's definitely a lot of value in the box. If it would have been just this mask, just one lens for low 200s, I'd be like, they're probably charging a little too much for that. But all of this combined, you're definitely getting your value there. So I'm going to mess around with this and do a part 2 here.